with Thunderhorse Descendant. I am here today. If you caught, I think it was a couple days ago, we did a morning live and I had some custom orders I had to make. And so today I'm going to be making with the amethyst, and I'm going to make a couple different versions so that my person that is looking for this custom order can make some choices. So I usually make three different versions of, whatever people have asked me for, and then they take what they want, and whatever they don't want we'll just put on the website. No big deal. So you can be looking for these if she didn't buy them all. Some of them will be going on the website. So all the beads that we're going to be using today are from Thunderhorse Descendant and Taylor's Falls Bead Store, so I will link everything in the description. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Let's get down to the mat and get this party started. All right, guys. I know you're like, Randee, what is this? This is amethyst. I broke all these apart on morning coffee because we were designing with them. But these are dogtooth amethyst I have here. I'm going to use those as our focal points. I've got all the charolite, charolite? I think it's charolite. The little sticks here. And I've got some other little amethyst, like barrel type beads. I've got a few of these metal. And then I have polished black tourmaline chips. And then we have smoky quartz for spacers. So, let's do this. Alright, y'all, we're going to use the Bead-A-Lon 49 strand stringing wire today. And we're just going to do a few strung projects. So in order to start this out, I am going to get my horseshoe. I call it a horseshoe. Wire Guardian. It's a Wire Guardian. Get my Wire Guardian. Gonna get my crimp tubes. Crimp tubes, crimp tubes. Actually gonna use crimp beads. So, crimp beads. And what else do we need? Bead cover. Alright. Let's do it. So, to start this out, this is just your regular old stringing project. So you're going to put your Wire Guardian on there. Easy peasy. Oh, you probably need some tools. Okay, so you put your Wire Guardian on there. And all the tools I'm using today are pretty simple. You got your chain nose, cutter, all that good business. So once I got that on there, I'm going to take my crimp bead, bring him down, and get him all situated on here. La, da, da. Then I'm going to get my crimp tool, crimping pliers. I'm going to bring this in just a smidge. And crimp, I'm just going to make sure that it's not twisted. I'm going to go into the crimp closest to me, crimp, spin it, go into one furthest from me, and kind of do a rolling motion to make it roll onto itself. You see there? That's how you know you crimped it all up. Crimping is important. This is what's going to hold our necklace together. So we're going to cover that bad boy up. A little crimp cover. This is all personal preference. You don't have to use crimp covers. It's just how I like to do it. So once we're all set up, I am going to go ahead and give this tail a trim. And now, we've made 3 designs online. But for the most part, I'm going to work on this one first. So I've chosen this kind of darker amethyst. And then what we're going to do is we are going to do this little number right here. I've kind of hand-picked the stones for the ones that I want more in towards, you know, the focal. We were discussing online, you know, do we care if it looks organic? Do we want them to all be the same size? Personally, I kind of like the organic look. That's just me. So I believe we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we had in the original design 6 on each side for this particular one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one's a little small. Let's go with this guy. There we go. And then we had smoky quartz here for spacers in between all of those sticks. And we had a few of these polished black tourmaline. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Actually, a bigger one there. There we go. Like so. And then we got black tourmaline to go all the way around. Like that. Okay. So that's about what we're looking at. So I am just going to go ahead and take this off of here. So before we get just going crazy on this, what we should do is we should look. Now these are going to be spaced out a little bit, but for the most part, it's about 6 inches, which means it's probably about 3 inches on each side from the focal. So we're going to say it's about 4, just to give ourselves a little leeway. So 4 on this side. I want to make this, at the very most, like an 18-inch necklace. So I probably will do, honestly, I like a 17 with an extender, but I think I will do 18. So that means that we need 5 inches of beaded black tourmaline, which we will start out with on this side before we start in on our pattern. Now I did say that I am going to sprinkle in a few of the smoky quartz because the custom orderer had picked these stones specifically for a reason. And we want them to all be incorporated in to this necklace. So that's what we're doing. Let me get you down there a little more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I will do a spacer. 2, 3. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Ooh. I've been really excited about these designs. I've been thinking about them for a few days now. I've had the beads, and I was like, well, just gonna wait till, I really feel like doing it. So it looks like it's going pretty good. So now that I got those tapered in on those two with the smoky quartz, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just fill in the rest here with just the black tourmaline. Three, it'll probably be like 20 beads. 4, 6, 7. A lot of counting and beading. 8, 9, 10. Well, there's 10. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. So I'm going to just not put spacers there. I'm going to do another 10 beads, and then we should be able to start in on the pattern. So let's see if we got, what did I say, 5 inches? Yep, pretty much right on the money, including the horseshoe, the wire guardian. 5 inches on the money. So now we can start in with our Charlotte strands. And I am spacing these with just one smoky quartz. I think it's gonna be smoking, you guys. I really like it. I like all the designs that we did. I'm excited to do all of them. We just kind of whipped them out on morning coffee this morning, That's just how I like to do it with beads. I get the beads and then I'm like, okay, now we design, I'm not usually a person who's like, oh, well, we need this and we need to get that, and then we'll make this certain thing. It's kind of the other way around for me. That's just how I do it personally. But really, that's just attached to my instant gratification. I don't want to wait for my order to come in so I can make this thing. That's instant gratification at its finest. So okay, so now right here I am going to do a spacer, and then I'm going to do about 3 black tourmaline towards the middle. I'm not really liking that one. It's fine, but it's kind of big and it's got more of a top hole, and I don't want it to be being distracting. So I'm kind of making sure they all got center, for the most part, center drill on there. Nice. I am going to do another smoky quartz spacer. just to kind of even this up a little bit, because those chips can be, you know how chips can be kind of, I might put the 3 in here. 1, 2. All right, it's looking pretty snazzy. And then I'll go with my focal. Not a great focal. I get these at Taylor's Falls. I think you can get 5 of them for $22. In my opinion, smashing deal. Alright, you guys. So now we're just going to do the opposite on the other side. The same exact pattern that we did. Oh, that one's being complicated. The same exact pattern that we did over here. So I think I'm going to pop off camera. I'm going to do that, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, there she is all finished up. Looking pretty good. I like the way she came out. Let me zoom in a little bit. So when you got this on, this part is going to be more around the neck area, and that's kind of what I was going for. So we're going to finish it off. I'm going to use crimp bead and put my wire guardian on. Now, for the purpose of this video, I think I will just put on a lobster and connect it so you guys can see it finished, and we'll put it on the necklace form and all that. But I might contact her and see what kind of clasp she wants, because normally I would probably use a Old Faithful clasp, as I call it, or it's actually called a ball and socket clasp, just because I feel comfortable with those on stone. But I don't know if she wants it to be expand or have it like an extender. So we're gonna talk about that, I think, before I actually make a move on what I'm gonna do. Now when I'm doing this, I want to make sure all the beads can move freely. They're not too tight, because you want to pick it up, gravity and all that. Is everything okay? Because you don't want it to be so tight that your beads don't have any room to breathe. So I'm gonna zoom in for this. What I'm going to do here is I've got my wire guardian on and everything. I'm going to try to tuck this little tail into a few beads here. Even if it's just, 1 or 2, it just makes it a little easier. And then I am going to find my crimping tool. Here we go. So before you go crimping, you want to make sure everything's moving okay. Down there a little. Oh, now I moved it. I am going to use a bead cover, and that is going to take up a little bit of space as well. So I want to make sure everything's good there. And bead cover. Okay, so I'm doing all of this business before I cut the tail off, because I just want to make sure that I can get it on there. Go. And then I'm going to move my beads around a little here, because that tail, we want to make sure is not going to be a problem. And it looks good. Okay, so like I said, for the purpose of this, I am going to just put on a lobster for now, and I will add an extender. I'm going to use a bigger one. And if there has to be a change, then we'll know that when we know that. I am going to use oval jump rings here. Firm believer in the oval jump ring because it disperses the weight. Honestly, I am going to use the small. I think these are 5 or 6 millimeter ovals, and I'm not concerned about that at all, because again, the way that an oval jump ring disperses weight makes it stronger, because the the weight is never on the weakest part of the link. It's not designed that way. So it's always designed to be on the hanging part of the link, not the weakest part. So I'm not concerned about using a smaller jump ring, and honestly I think it looks a little better that I don't have to use such a large gauge jump ring up here. It's a personal preference. Okay, so there we go. That one's done. Pretty snazzy, I think, and we got all this left to make the other two options. Do I have a necklace form down here? Yes, I do. Show this one to you on the necklace form. There she is in all of her glory. So like I said, when you have this on your neck, it's going to be kind of spread out. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I think it turned out great. So now we'll do the next couple and see which one we like best. All right, guys, we're going again. Got my 49 strand beading wire. Now this one I'm going to make a little longer. I'm going to make it about 20 inches probably. Just so there's a little variety. Because as you will recall, we are making options. Well, maybe we're making options. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay, so I'm crimping. We'll just get going on this. So this one has the amethyst kind of barrel beads on there. Okay. It's gonna be one of those nights, I guess. Alright, so for this one, I am doing I think I'll just start off with an amethyst. And I am doing some of these smoky quartz spacers. And then 3 black tourmaline. And this one here is going to be the center. So I think this will be about, I'm going to say 4.5 inches. So I want to have about 5.5 inches of beading going on. That one is not agreeing with me. hear Cheeky Toes upstairs. He must be gonna come down and check me out. It's like, Mom, what are you doing? You're supposed to be up here watching TV with me. What is happening? And I was like, yeah, but this will just take a minute. Just give me a minute. Yep, here he comes. So that's what we got going on here. Alright, so let's give this a little measure. See if it is 5.5 inches. It's including the horseshoe. It's 5. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of doing an amethyst right there, I'm just going to do the black tourmaline. Give it a little, I'm going to give it a little space to differentiate and taper up from what is going to be the pendant, or what is going to be the focal of the necklace, before I go into the rest of that. And that should be 5.5 inches. Yep. All right. So now I'm going to do a spacer here. Sometimes I can get a little like burr on my wire, and then it doesn't want to go through there. Okay, now down here, that one's kind of funky. Down here at the focal, I'm going to add a smoky quartz between the stones here. Oh, oops. Should probably put a stone on. It's been a long day, you guys. I went to the bead store. It's about, when I'm recording this, it's about 10:30 at night. And I got back and I was like, oh, I'll just do that tomorrow. Hi, Mr. Bunsen. Mr. Bunsen heard me talking to myself. And then I was like, you know what? Tomorrow Shannon's going to be here, and then the house is going to be super loud. So I think I'll just do it tonight. So that's what I'm doing. This one has like purple more so on one side, so I want that to be in the front. So I'm going to flip that one around. And I think we had 7 for this. I think 7 was our number. Alright guys, so now I'm just going to do the same pattern on the way back up. I'll fast forward through that and I'll show you the finished product. Alright guys, here we are at the end of this guy. I'm just going to connect on the findings, and then this one is donezo. It actually worked out pretty nice. I had, I think, one amethyst barrel bead left over, so the pattern worked out pretty good. So I'm liking it. Put an extension chain on this one as well. And now we have 2. So let's give it a little measure. Mm-hmm.